All right, guys. So this is like gonna be the conclusion. This might be the last body game video, but I just wanted to conclude everything and really explain to you guys like why body game is gonna improve everything in your life. It's gonna improve everything. A lot of you guys have all these struggles, all these issues, and all of it stems from you not taking care of yourself. You're not prioritizing yourself. You're not practicing body game. It all stems from that shit. Like all the results, the life that you want to live, the things that you want, it's all on the other side of body game. It's all on the other side of improvement, self-improvement, of actual being on your purpose. Like a lot of you guys watch a lot of videos and don't do shit. If you keep watching videos and not doing shit, you're gonna keep buying OnlyFans, you're gonna keep beating your meat, you're gonna keep smoking weed. When you lock in on body game, that means what? Prioritizing your health, which means you're gonna stop those bad habits, incorporate good habits, and things will change. Let me give you guys a quick story. It's not even a story because this shit just happened. But when I'm at the gym, when I was at the gym, you know, people just like talking to me because they see me lift heavy and they're like, yeah, he lifts heavier than everybody else. And then they see me flex in the mirror, they're like, yeah, he's leaner than everybody else in here. So, you know, some dude was asking a conversation. He was like, bro, what do you do for a living? Like, are you a pro bodybuilder? All this stuff, because I was like flexing in the mirror and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just one scenario. Like interactions improve when you're on body game. Like you're gonna be in a better mood when people are coming up to you, you know, and talking to you, and you're having human interaction, and people are receptive to you. That's not going to happen when you're skinny or you're out of shape, just because obviously people aren't going to respect you because you don't respect yourself. If you're not in shape yourself, that means you don't prioritize yourself. If you don't prioritize yourself, everyone else is going to put you last as well, right? You don't put yourself first, you put yourself last. You don't put yourself up first, everyone else puts you last as well. That's one scenario. Now, when I was coming back to my room, I got in the elevator, right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing that makes a lot of like chicks like they try to like shit test me or whatever, but then they're impressed by it, and it like kind of attracts them because they're like, yo, this motherfucker's actually different. Listen, I don't play around when I say, because I be telling chicks, I'm like, yeah, all I do is go to the gym and watch anime, and they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Because when chicks say all they do is like stay at home, they don't go out, I go to their story and they go out every fucking weekend, literally. When I say that shit, I really don't go out. So they'll hit me up, they'll be like, there's no way all you do is just like work out. And I'm like, all I do is work out. Check my fucking story. It's a fucking post-workout selfie every fucking time. It's how much I'm squatting today, how much I'm deadlifting today, every fucking time. So I just came from the gym. I was wearing this. I had a better pump. It's been like a couple of hours, so I lost my pump. I was doing some calls and stuff. I had some Zoom calls. But yeah, I had my pump. You see, my veins were popping. And these two dudes were in the elevator with they two chicks, right? The chicks was kind of cute, and bro, they were eyeing me the whole elevator ride up. You know what I'm saying? And then they were half drunk, so they were like flirting with me in front of the dudes, and I'm like, I don't know if they should be flirting with me like this, right? And they were like, bro, they were choosing like crazy, literally flirting with me in front of the dudes and like saying stuff like, oh, are you okay? You want food? Oh my God, you look so good. All this stuff. And I'm like, you're saying that in front of the dude? That's crazy. And then, you know, once they got off on the elevator, because I was on a higher floor than they were. So once they got off, like the first chick was like, bye, and she like winked at me. And the second chick was like, bye, and she grabbed onto my abs. Like she just had to, she just had to feel it, because the dudes that was going with were like kind of out of shape. You know what I mean? Like stomachs, skinny arms, things like that. So they're like staring at me. They're like, oh my God. Like that type of shit. That's the type of shit that's going to happen on body game. You're going to get the attention of the choosing signals. I already made that video, but life does change. Like a lot of you guys are mad, whether you want to admit it or not. You're mad because you're not getting what you want. You're not getting the chicks you want. You're not getting any female attention at all, right? You're not inspiring others in the gym. You're not inspiring yourself on a daily basis. When you're on body game, you're doing all this shit. You're inspiring yourself on a daily basis. You have more confidence because you can confide in yourself. And that's going to apply to everything. It's not just a physical thing. A lot of you guys convince yourself that body game doesn't matter and like your physique doesn't matter. Why do you convince yourself? Because you know that shit's hard and you can't get it done, right? Do not lie to yourself. It's not going to hide the truth. Just because you're saying, oh yeah, body game doesn't matter, doesn't mean you don't think about that shit every day and you're like, damn, I wish I was lean. Shut the hell up with that shit, all right? Number one, a lot of you guys, like I said, you guys want all these things that come on the other side of body game. You guys are like, man, I wish my chick was more attracted to me. Man, I wish I could attract chicks that actually like me. That's just the other side of body game. That's shit that you don't even have to worry about. When you're on your purpose, when you're doing what you need to do, you're going to be good. And here's the thing. When it comes to purpose, you can't fake your purpose. You can't fake your purpose and act like you're busy. Like you can't text a chick and be like, oh no, I'm busy for the next 2 hours, and just be like twiddling your thumbs and be like, okay, I'll text her back in 2 hours. First of all, that's not going to work, right? That's not going to work because you're going to be too eager, number one. And number two, chicks could smell that shit from a mile away. They could smell when you're not on your purpose. Like, it's hard to explain it, but through the process of getting to the leanest version of yourself, through the process of getting in shape, through the process of building muscle, you realize that you actually do have to prioritize yourself if you want to get to your goals. Why? Because you have to say no a lot. And when you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself. You have to not go out as much if you're trying to get lean and just eat like bullshit. You have to pay attention to what you consume. You have to put your interests first. Like, you're like, okay, I want to get lean. So that means I need to know how much I'm eating. So that means you can't just grab the pizza that your girlfriend has, or if someone hands you a cookie, you can't just eat it. You can't just go out, eat whatever, drink whatever you want to. You have to be disciplined, right? And you have to put yourself first, and you have to be focused on a goal. That focus, that discipline, and when you get the results and you see the results from that discipline, that's going to change how you think about things and how you go about things. You're going to really prioritize yourself. You're going to have a different energy, a different aura. Like, for example, I had a homeboy. He was never serious about his fitness goals. He was just kind of like, fucking around in the gym, this is that. I was like, and you could tell he was like fucking around. He wasn't serious. And I was always saying, bro, locking on nutrition, locking on nutrition, locking on nutrition. And he just wouldn't. During COVID, bro went monk mode and went crazy. He got lean as fuck, right? And I saw his story. I was like, because I hadn't seen him in 6 months. He didn't post for like 6 months. And he posted his story. I was like, dude, you're fucking shredded. Then I saw him in person. His aura literally was insane, bro. Like the whole world could detect that shit. Like, his aura was different because he put himself first. He took his goal seriously. He said no when he needed to. He executed when he needed to. He made the sacrifices. Every time he got a hunger pain, he just stuck it out. Right? He just kept going. Every time he was feeling tired, he still went hard as hell in the workouts. That changes your mentality. That makes you a stronger person. Makes you a more focused person. When you're talking to a chick and fitness comes first, it's like the conversation is gonna be different. It's like, so yeah, I gotta go to the gym. And she's like, no, you don't have to go to the gym. You always spend your time there. You just ignore the text and you go to the gym. And then, after the gym or during the gym, she might be texting you like, hey, I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean that. Like, I want to support you and your goals or some shit like that. But you have things that are more important. Like, a lot of you guys pedestalize chicks to the point where you're buying their OnlyFans and shit like that. A lot of you guys, your purpose needs to be being the healthiest version of yourself. Your purpose needs to be being the leanest version of yourself. Because you're buying OnlyFans because someone's buying that shit. It's y'all niggas. You're buying OnlyFans. You're playing video games. Beating your meat all day long. That's all you're doing. Your purpose needs to be being the healthiest version of yourself, eating right, and actually executing your fitness goals. Once you execute your fitness goals and you see how people treat you differently, your mindset's going to change. Because all this dumbass mindset you have is because you're not on the other side. If you're like, oh, looks don't matter that much, people treat you the same, love is blind. Dumb motherfuckers, bro. Nobody believes that shit. Bro, you ask a chick, listen, if I ask a chick, because they're going to be honest with me because they know I know game, so they're going to be honest with me. If I ask a chick, you think love is blind? They'll be like, well, I'll be like, be real with me. They'll be like, well, not really, because like I kind of have to be attracted to the person. Exactly, bro. You're the only one that believes that shit because you haven't experienced enough. And the reason you haven't experienced enough is because obviously you're not attractive enough. You don't have enough confidence. Both those things come with body game. They just do. It's a side effect. You continually keep promises to yourself. You get more confidence. It is what it is. You continually beat your meat after you said you weren't going to. You continually buy OnlyFans for girls you feel like are out of your league. You're never going to make progress. It's never going to happen. Never going to have situations in real life where you're getting choosing signals. Because here's the thing. I know when motherfuckers be beating at me because they be avoiding eye contact and awkward as hell. They be like, sir, were you on the machine? It just be on some weird shit. I know when motherfuckers beating me. So if I can sense that shit with my low ass awareness, literally, if I was on Madden, my awareness would be like 15. Anyways, if I could sense when someone's beating me on my low awareness, bro, girls could smell it from a mile away. So when you're on your purpose, you're semen retaining, you're doing what you need to do, you're focused, that's attractive. But it has to be genuine. But you're gonna feel your own aura rising. You're semen retaining, you're gaining muscle, you have energy. You wake up and you're dedicated to your goal. Like testosterone, guys, gives you ambition. Literally. It's gonna raise your ambition. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna be focused on your goal, whatever task you have at hand. When you make a goal, it is very powerful, guys. Like, I don't think you guys understand. When you set a goal, you know the statistics. You know the statistics when you're like, yo, I'm going to lose 25 pounds of fat and be shredded. I'm going to be 10% body fat. You know the statistics. That like, if you reach that shit, you're in the very slim to none. So when you reach that shit and you are in the very slim to none, you're like, yeah, I'm that fucking nigga, bro. That's how you're going to think. Because you really are. Because people can't do that shit. They just can't. Literally, getting to 10% body fat, you get to 10% body fat, you got cuts and shit, you're different. You're literally different. And it makes your mind say, what else could I accomplish? And then when the chick is like, hey, you want to come out and smoke? You're like, I'm not on that shit. I'm on some other shit. hey, we should just go out and drink and eat. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you eat pizza. I'm not on that shit. I'm on next level shit. I don't fuck with that shit. Like, you have standards. When you have standards, you're more attractive. Because most dudes don't have standards. They're taking whatever they can. Type shit. They're taking whatever they can. Taking grenades if they have to. Taking whatever they can. So you have standards. You have principles. It's attractive because that means you can't just be pushed off your center. Like, me before Body Game, if a chick is like, ew, I don't like, why are you wearing that? And like, why don't you go out? I'll be like, I'll change my clothes and I'll go out. Where should I go out? That would be me before Body Game. After Body Game, it's like, they're like, hey, like, why you always wearing like tank tops? Like, I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. Oh, and then they'll be like, why don't you go out? I'm like, I don't want to go out. I'm not going to go out. And they'll be like, well, you need to go out. That's like not normal. I'm like, cool. That's it. Like, I just don't care. I'm set in stone. I'm set in my ways. Right, number one, I got principles. I got goals. And then since I stand on business, they're like, well, I guess that is kind of attractive. And then, you know, like a couple of smashes later, now when they messaging me like, oh my God, I just think it's so attractive that you're just like so focused and you're just different. Like, y'all listen, another issue you guys have is, since you're releasing so much of your seed, it's hard to be on your purpose. That's one of the hardest. One of the things that makes it hardest to be on your purpose is when you're releasing your seed and playing video games. You need that testosterone. That shit makes you stand on business. That shit makes you masculine and assertive. All right, it makes you masculine and assertive. You can't stand on business when you're whacking your shit all the time. You're gonna be in more of a feminine energy state, and you're gonna listen to whatever chicks tell you, which is gonna lead you nowhere because they change their minds every 5 seconds. They'll be like, ew, you need this, you need to do that. You'll change it. Never mind, you need to do this. Like, stand on fucking business, guys. So here's the thing. Stop beating your meat. Get on your fucking purpose. Like, Body Game is literally going to change your life. Everything that you want, whether you want to admit it or not, because y'all be asking me questions, everything you guys ask me is just 110% correlation to Body Game. Like, oh my God, like, my ex left me. What do I do? I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, that's the worst. That's the worst scarcity mindset. If your ex leaves you or some shit, that's the worst scarcity mindset. Like, if you care about that shit, worst scarcity mindset. Yeah, cry and shit like that. Do whatever you need to do. But bro, that's one chick, dude. There's so many. There's like literally so many chicks out here. And in order to separate yourself as a guy, you really don't have to do it. Like, all you have to do is get to 10 to 15% body fat. Boom, you're in the top 5%, bro. Knowing that and not executing on that, to me, is crazy. Knowing that you can separate yourself in every aspect just by getting to 10 to 15% body fat, which is pretty straightforward, and nobody does it, is crazy to me. Craziest concept of all time. Crazy. Like, there is no other aspect of life where people know the answer. Like, to be a millionaire, you pretty much got to work your ass off, learn a bunch of shit. It's pretty hard. It's not like that straightforward. But like Body Game, you eat in a calorie deficit. You strength train 4 to 5 times a week, and you just stay consistent, and boom, you're 10 to 15% body fat. It's that fucking simple. Like, there is no formula like that to be a millionaire. It's not like, yeah, just invest in the stock and just look at it 4 to 5 times a week, and then, you know, after 3 years, you'll be a millionaire. There's nothing as clear cut as that. It's literally that easy to be on Body Game, but people will self-sabotage or convince themselves that they don't want to, or just fuck up on the journey for no reason. Like, there's really no reason to. If you say you want something, follow through with it. And when you do follow through with it and you accomplish your goals, you're going to be happy as fuck. And when you're happy as fuck and you're proud of yourself, you're going to carry yourself differently. You carry yourself differently when you're proud of yourself. I don't know why people don't realize that. Like, everybody that hates in the comments, everyone that hates on like Shador Sanders and shit, the reason they're hating is because they hate their own life. They really hate their own life. They're out of shape, and they have to watch Shador Sanders, who's in shape, who got money, whose parents got money, who's going somewhere, who got a future, because he works his ass off. He has a future, and you don't, so you hate on that shit. Like, just do the work. Do the fucking work. You can't avoid the work. Everything comes back to Body Game. Your boss is just not going to respect you when you have a big ass stomach. You're going to be sluggish. You're going to be more lazy. You just are going to be. It is what it is. Fat is not a positive thing. It just isn't. That's why we have a body positivity movement, and they're trying to force it on you, because you have to force shit that's not natural. It is what it is. When you're lean, you look healthier. People see that shit. Boom. When I walk somewhere and there's some out of shape people and I'm in shape, chicks are gonna double take. They're just gonna do it. Cool. When I go somewhere and I see a lean dude, I'm like, yo, that nigga works out. And then we both look at each other, we're like, hey, you do calisthenics? Hey, stop playing. Shit like that. Good energy. Literally good energy. When you're fat and out of shape, you're miserable. No one wants to be around you because you don't like yourself. When you don't like yourself, you radiate that energy. It's basic law of attraction shit, bro. So it's really not that deep. Anyone, listen, if you're above 20% body fat, you're not doing the fucking work. Do the fucking work. Lock in. Now, before you say, I don't care about being lower than that, yes, the fuck you do, because you're watching this damn video. and you watch a lot of these videos. If I go to your history, it's a bunch of videos about, you know, getting leaner. If I go to your Google search, it's like, how do I get leaner? I'm struggling. That's the truth. Or else, if you were comfortable at 20% body fat, you would definitely not comment that, and you wouldn't be watching this video. It's not that deep. It's that simple. And y'all be like, well, I don't like that girl. Why are you in her comments and you bought her OnlyFans? Actions over words. I don't listen to what the fuck you guys say. I watch what you guys do. If you're watching this video and you're like, I don't care about this, you're so vain. Why the fuck you watching this video, bro? Stop capping, bro.